Start, Alan, we heard a little bit at the sales meeting about sort of, you pretty much started at the very, very, very bottom, pretty much as bottom as you can get.
Right.
And what was one of the big first things that you implemented in your business that gave you the kickstart? I can sort of give a teaser. It's a coach of some sort, right? You finally just bid it, even though you were worried about the cost and everything.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? How that decision came about, and what made you choose to do that?
Well, I've wanted a coach probably since the beginning.
Yeah.
And when you have another business partner, you have to respect their opinion. And
Business partner. Why were there quotes there?
AKA,
hey Ashley, good morning.
AKA wife, if she's listening, love of my life. And so we had talked about coaching forever, and she's like, I don't want a coach, I don't need a coach. You just got to do what you're supposed to do. And we even tried another coach, and she was like, we're like talking about our feelings and stuff, and that is not my wife. So he got fired really quickly. And then it got to the point in our business where we were growing, but we were at the point where we went to our financial planner and we're like, we need a business coach or we're going to get a divorce.
Yeah.
So who do you recommend?
Yeah.
And so she introduced us to a guy by the name of Bruce Lund. Yeah. So she introduced us to a guy by the name of Bruce Lund.
Let's drop the financial planner's name because we use her as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. Desiree Mustafa.
She's awesome.
Who Ryan Hall referred us to.
Yeah. And we just started again working with her. And so we're actually using her again too. So
that's
she's awesome. Desiree's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. And so actually meeting her changed our business a ton. So I could also say, if you're at the beginning of your business, don't be scared. Just jump in with a financial planner, because
she helps you with the budgeting, where to put the money,
everything. How to plan your life. Like, it wasn't just financial planning, it was like life planning. And she knew if we succeeded, she succeeded, and she gets the big picture.
Yeah.
So we went to her and we're like, we need a coach or we're gonna not make it. And she laughed.
Business and
marriage. And she laughed. And so she introduced us to Bruce.
Cool.
And so we go and have this lunch with Bruce, and he's like, well, I don't really do one-on-one coaching, but this is what I do. And he gave us this whole spiel, and we're like, and Ashley went, this sounds awesome. And I was like, cool, let's do it. I was all excited.
He just started with the 90-day sales manager?
So he started a year ago, January of 2017.
Because you guys were one of the first parts
we
of
were
this group, right?
We were Q4, so we were his fourth
group.
We were his fourth class.
Okay.
And one of the things he said is he said, trained people always outperform untrained people. And he goes, and I want like-minded individuals. I want people that are hungry, humble, and coachable.
Good.
And so we're like, cool, let's go do this 90-day sales thing. And we're doing it fourth quarter, and Ashley already knew I had all these trips planned. We had fall break planned, and she's like, are you sure for fourth quarter? And I'm like, yes, let's do fourth quarter, because if we get through it, it's going to set us up awesome for 2018. So I said, let's do it. Well, I got it, and I went, oh my God, this is so much to do, that I actually called Bruce, and I go, Bruce, I'm falling behind. I'm not getting everything done. Can I wait till Q1? And he goes, Alan, you're doing all this stuff. You're one of my most involved participants in class. You care. You're there. Even though you might not be getting all the videos and the workbooks turned in, he's like, you're doing all the activities. Like, you can't say all the stuff you're doing. I know you're doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
So stick with me, Alan.
Yeah.
And we did. And it was super transformational. And he says, like, all plastic surgeons, what they do is they make maybe up to 2 millimeters of change. So it was just tweaking our business and giving the confidence of
what were some of
how
the
to do
tweaks?
it. Well, so it's funny because I do what we call a weekly alumni call with Bruce every Monday morning at 8 o'clock. So I was just on that.
You still do that?
Yeah, so I still do that. So I'm still signed up for his coaching, and I'm still doing that every single Monday morning. So that's one of the strategy groups that I do weekly, and I kick off my week doing that. And one of the things that he was talking about is he was like, well, what gives you confidence in your business, or what, and so one of the things that he taught us was, first off, is that they're a customer until money is exchanged hands. They're not a client. And I had never thought about that. I was like, oh, they're a client. And we've all had clients that money never exchanged hands.
Yeah.
They never truly became a client. Another thing he said is, he was like, have you guys all seen a movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And he goes, one of the famous quotes in the line is, or in the movie is, how do you lose something you never had? And so we're all scared, like, oh, I'm going to lose this customer, this client.
You never had it
and
yet.
we don't call them, and we never had them.
Interesting.
We never had them.
That's a mind shift.
That's a mind shift. And then another big one was money can't exchange hands until solutions are provided. And then, and so to touch on that is now when problems arise, I don't get as bugged. All I think of is I got to create a solution.
Yeah.
So if I create the solution for them,
And that's your role.
that's my role. And then the others go, stepping back is they don't become a client until money's exchanged hands. So once you've closed them, that's when they become a client, and that's when you really get to impress them. And that's how you get the referrals. So it's teaching them.
Oh, that's a shift completely.
Uh-huh.
And when they're a customer, you're still trying to wow them and everything. So that keeps during the transaction, the wow period.
The wow thing, and then once they become a client, that's when you really wow them because you still care about them. They're like, oh my, this person doesn't have to.
We
talk
already
to me
paid
now.
you, Alan.
Yeah.
Why are you still doing anything?
Why are you still?
Because now you're actually my
Why
client.
are you still friendly?
Huh.
So those were big things, and God, there was another one I was going to say that I totally
It's not good. It'll come
totally
back.
lost, but
Cool.
those have all been big transformational pieces. And the other one was is you want to attract like-minded people. So like
This was huge for you.
it was huge. So attracting people I want to work with, that I feel like this year I've had so many less issues that have happened because I'm working with people I want to work with.
So often I hear, and this was true about you at the very early stage years, is just people complaining about the people that they're working with, and they're just so exhausting. I just can't do it anymore.
Right.
Like, why do I attract all the stress and these crazy people?
Right.
Well, it's because you're in that world, and then therefore you are then attracting more of it.
Yep.
So you had to almost take care of yourself and do that shift. How did that happen? Did you have to turn away some people that weren't the right thing, or what do you think really happened to make that switch?
Yeah, and there were some people I turned away, which that was really challenging. And then I think the biggest switch is when you start attracting and you realize that you have a pipeline and even your sphere of good people that I always tell people, like, well, what's Bruce's program? I'm like, it's everything that Matt teaches us, but then it's, Bruce, he has a PhD, he's a former college professor, and so it's everything Matt's teaching, but wrapped up in a nice package, pretty little bow.
And holding you
accountable, and just everything's laid out very systematically.
Yeah.
And so it's everything we learn, but then it's following that, and it's realizing where I'm going with that is that we have this amazing sphere, and we all do, whether we're new to the business or not. We have people, and we hang out with people we like, and so it's talking to those people and telling them that they're looking, you're looking for people like you to work with,
and specifically stating that,
and stating that, and telling them. And loving on those people, then those people refer other people to you. So I think that's the biggest. Almost like you were
wasting your time and energy on other people that you almost had to do that switch of, hey, I got to put all my energy and time into these people instead. So, And
out of all my closings this year, I've had one, actually it was two because it was a buy and a sell that were a Redfin client, and they were from... I met them like a year ago. And we just closed them, and they were probably my biggest headache this year. Everybody else has all been referral based.
And a year ago was before all this anyway started anyway. So that was when you were attracting that type.
I was attracting that. And so now it's just been focusing on all these my current sphere and my past clients and everything. And so everything's just been referral based, and so it's been a blast.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out with cool people all day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's get back to a little bit of just like the actionable items for building that first time. Even I know you said you met with Desiree, and so she got you going with budget and stuff, but how did you start growing that pipeline of people that you actually attracted and enjoyed working with? What were some of your techniques?
So, some of the things that I've done, and especially since I got in since I got into real estate, I got back to the things that I love to do. So